Part 5, learn how to get author interviews for the book you just wrote. Part 3 of 3. Number 5, to find interview opportunities on your own, follow these procedures. Using your favorite search engine, like Google, perform several online searches for podcast shows, online radio shows, talk radio, satellite radio, and TV talk show websites, businesses, and blogs that align with your book's subject matter. For example, I wrote a number of relationship books, so I'm going to search for relationship podcast shows, or relationship blogs, or relationship advice websites, or relationship YouTube channels. You get the idea. Again, there are hundreds, if not thousands. So don't say you can't find any. You're just not searching hard or long enough. Give it a week's worth of searching to see how many prospects you can come up with to approach for an interview. Make a list of at least 20, if not 50, interview opportunities to approach about interviewing you. Remember, all it takes is a little time, some good old patience, and persistence, and you'll find the right sites for you. For example, if you wrote a relationship book like me, you might contact dating websites, relationship blogs, online magazines, advice columns, advice websites, relationship podcast shows, and the like. Even stuff on social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn. Find people who are into your niche, whatever your book's niche is. And again, relationships, for example, myself. So I'm going to go find people who have YouTube channels that talk about relationships. I'm going to contact them and see if we can do a collaborative interview. That'll be great. There's probably like 1,000 of them out there. Wow. So by doing so, now you've got hundreds of potential interviews just waiting for you. If you only scored 10 interviews in the next 30 days based on those 100 opportunities, that's great. 10 interviews soon leads to 10 more, and then 20. And then there is no limit to the number of interviews that you can develop, find, and score. Once you find them, search their website for a web page dedicated to their show. On that page, look for a link that might say something like, "Be a guest," or something similar. Seriously, it's that simple. When you find it, click on the link and submit your inquiry about why you would be a great guest on their show. And then wait for a reply. Typically, they'll respond within 24 to 72 hours, if not follow up within a week. Once they reply, you can discuss the potential for interviewing on their shows and decide whether they will or will not meet your needs. If they don't have such a page, or you can't find a "Be a Guest" or similar link, then simply send them an inquiry through their Contact Us page or email, or some of them just want you to direct message them, on their Instagram channel or somewhere. Usually, they have an online contact form on their Contact Us page. I've done this before with success. If you happen to find out who the producer or the host of the show is, use their name personally in the letter you'll be sending them in the contact form. You can customize and send the following letter, which I'm going to read to you, in their website's online contact form. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Subject: new guest for your show / your niche expert author and your name. That's the subject. In the message area or the comments box where you would write something, write this: "Dear producer's name or host's name, I'm writing to inquire about being a guest on your next show. The next time you do a story or show on," and this is where you would insert your book's topic or subject matter that relates to their show, "please consider me. My name is," state your name, "and I'm the author of," state the book title, "and I'm a expert on," mention the topic, "and can give insight and credible commentary when you need a guest expert on this topic. You can learn more about my book here," and then link to your website. You could also send an attachment if they allow uploads, but for the most part, just send them a link to your website. If you have previous interview experiences, you would want to put a link in there too. I've been interviewed on these radio, TV, or podcast shows, and I feel very comfortable conducting interviews. You can listen to my past interviews right here and insert a link. I'm based in, mention the city and state. I can be available for your show if given an hour's notice. Otherwise, we can schedule an interview when you need a guest expert for your show. My bio is located at my website. And if I can ever be of any help to you in the future, please feel free to reach out. All the best. Your name, phone number, email address, website, and there you go. While you wait for their reply, send out 5 to 10 more interview inquiries that day to other shows, other websites. Try sending out 10 to 20 interview inquiries per week until you start to fill up your calendar with replies and scheduled interviews. Then, minimize the number of inquiries you send out to focus on delivering quality interviewing on shows scheduled. When you're wrapping up your scheduled interviews, start looking for some new ones to add to your calendar. If you hear something come up in the news and you have or have not heard back from those you sent interview inquiries to, reach out to them with an email through their contact form again that reads, subject, expert for you regarding topic in the news that relates to your expertise. Dear producer's name in the message area. If you need an expert on X topic, I've written a book on this topic that relates to what's going on in the news, and I am available for interviews. And here's where you would use this second sentence here to comment or provide your perspective on the items in the news. They will read this and make the call to book you as a guest if they like what they read and it applies to them well. For example, did you notice in the news they were talking about XYZ? Well, my book covers that in detail. In fact, here are 5 points that address what's going on. I would be a great guest for you. And in the closing, I'd be happy to help you and your audience gain a brighter perspective on this subject. I can share with your audience what I talk about in my book and how I advise my clients with regards to topic XYZ. Best regards, your name, phone number, email, website. That's it. This is how you'll stay in touch with the show's hosts, producers, websites, and blog owners who you'd like to get interviewed by. Keep at it. Don't let up. Don't be bothersome, of course, but don't let yourself be forgotten either. It's a numbers game out there. Play the numbers. For every 10 interview inquiries you send out, you're bound to get at least 2 or 3 back who want to interview you soon, with another 2 to 5 right behind them after they read your email. Those are pretty good numbers when you consider there are thousands of interview opportunities out there today. So, go after those 100 plus shows who will book you for an interview. Also, stay organized as you search for and accumulate interview opportunities. While there are several ways to stay organized as you hunt down interview opportunities, one very unique way to do this is as follows. Number 1, a calendar system. And number 2, a contact management database. And 3, a spreadsheet. I'll go into each of those right now. Calendar system. You'll need a calendar system such as Google Calendar to post and keep track of all your upcoming interviews, times, dates, name of show, their website, etc. These calendar entries will send you helpful reminders about the date and time of the interview. Once you enter the interview into your calendar, make notes for this show in some sort of contact management database. The contact management database. Now, I created a group inside my Google Contacts in which to document all kinds of information regarding the interview I'm about to conduct. I can also make detailed notes about the radio show, their website, links, phone numbers, other notes, the people who work there, special instructions, and so much more. All of that within one Google contact sheet. All of this is very handy when it comes to staying organized and booking a ton of interviews for you. Now, I mentioned the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is used to make a list of all the people you want to contact and using the columns of the spreadsheet on the left-hand side. Let's say you've got 3 columns on the left, and then they're real thin too. They're thin columns. Basically, yes, I contacted them. No, I haven't heard back from them. Yes, there's a potential. You're doing some simple notes like that in the beginning. And then on the right side, you've got the name, their link, and a few other things. And all of these can be sorted. Yes, did this interview. No, have not heard from them. This is a maybe. And you're just accumulating this inside a spreadsheet. Optional, if you want. Otherwise, the contact management database system is good, and so is using the calendar system as well. And lastly, it's almost time to review my interview checklists that's coming up. So yes, soon what you'll need to do is to review Part 7, my interview checklist of this book, for the how-to, what-to instructions as it relates to these hot topics which I'm about to share with you now. So, when it comes to my interview checklist, which is awesome, Part 1, prepare for the perfect interview. Part 2, how to get a radio interview or podcast interview or any kind of interview for your book or other product or service. 3, what to do before the interview. 4, recording interviews. 5, media interview techniques. 6, what to send prior to the interview. 7, plugging your own book, product, service, or website. And 8, what to do after the interview. That is a very concise checklist for getting an interview and being fully prepared for it, knowing the how-to and the what-to. Come on, let's proceed to the next part in this book, My TV, Radio, and Interview Tactics and Checklists, Part 6. Here are 10 ways you can personally improve your interview skills so you come across as a seasoned professional interviewer every time. Come on, let's check it out.